my dear ones, welcome into the sanctuary today. It's so great and good to be with you on this Sunday in December. And internationally now, all of our communities are focused on the theme for the month, which is the living spirit. What does that mean? The living spirit out there somewhere? No. The living spirit within you and within me. And our thought for today, internationally too, is becoming the light so that we can guide the way for others. Becoming the light so that we can guide the way for others. It's a great, big, huge challenge, but of course it wouldn't be given to us if we weren't equal to it. And so as we move deeper into December, we're experiencing longer nights and shorter days. And in this arena, you and I are called to shine more brightly than ever so that we can indeed be a light wherever we are. But there's no way that's going to happen if we ourselves have not awakened to the understanding and to the awareness that the light is with us. And the light is indeed the power and the energy and the force of which we are made. We are light beings, and that's an ancient truth. But it's ever new to us as it gets presented to us, because we have to be open and ready to know that of ourselves, that we are the light, and light is power and energy, and it is an awesome force. And so regardless of how we all came in here today, regardless of our circumstances and our situations and our conditions and our challenges, nevertheless, beneath that, above that, around it and about it, is the truth that we are light beings. Now, the great master teacher, the consciously Christed Jesus, said, "You are the light of the world. You are the light of the world." And when you say that to yourself, I am the light of the world. Say it. I am the light of the world. You think to yourself, oh my gosh, oh golly gee, I'm not sure about that. I don't know. I am the light of the world. I am the light of the world. Does it ring true is the question. But we have to remind ourselves of that until it does ring true, because it is the truth. All of us are energy, energy, energy. That's what we are. We are in form now. We are energy in form, but our essence is energy. We're always going to be energy. We were in the beginning, we are now, and always will be energy. Energy unfolding and morphing itself into some kind of refinement in the material world, but that's how it is. But the essence of us, we're starlight. We are starlight. We are light, and that's it. And so when Jesus said that, he didn't say, one day you're going to be the light of the world. One day when you get your act together and you get your ducks in a row and you line up everything, you sort yourself out and you get over yourselves and you become this wonderful person that you can be, you are going to be the light of the world. So keep working hard at it and it's going to happen. He didn't say that. He said, you are the light of the world now. You are now the light of the world. That's what he said. And he said, oh, you think I've done great good stuff? Well, yeah, maybe. But you can do the very same great good stuff that I have done. And in fact, you can do greater stuff than I have done if your consciousness exceeds mine. You can. Of course you can. And so this is what you and I are invited this week to get our spiritual arms around, that I am not my circumstances, my situations, and my challenges. I am so much more than that. And by Jiminy Crickets, I'm in this room because something in me knows that. Something in me gets that. Something in me has prompted me to move more into identifying with the divinity of myself and stop over identifying with the humanity of myself, and to get the whole thing aligned, the Caesar and God aligned. I have to render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's in my human experience, but I'm also told render to God the things that are God's. And so I need to bring those two things into alignment, because I'm in a three-dimensional dualistic world at the moment. So I have to be cognizant of that, and I have to be okay with it. And so I take care of Caesar, and I take care of God. I take care of my humanity, and I take care of my divinity. I merge the two. And once I've aligned the two, I am consciously Christed, as was Jesus, as was Buddha, and so on, down the line of great ones, all along, up until now. We have great enlightened people amongst us, and we're not aware of them yet. A few maybe, but not all of them. Oh my goodness, this world couldn't be able to take care of itself and safeguard itself without these enlightened ones amongst us that are the light bearers and that keep us all from going to hell in a handbasket. And so even in our midst here, we may have some enlightened people hidden in disguise, because God loves to show up in disguise, really and truly. And sometimes you have to dig very deep to get to the godhood in some of us, and they're the very ones that are our very best teachers. And so that's the challenge for you, and that's the challenge for me. But you and I cannot lead anybody into the light if we ourselves haven't first awakened to it. And we must first awaken to the light before we can be the guide. Now, that doesn't mean we get our flag, we hold our flag up and say, I'm a light bearer, please follow me and I will direct your path. No. I just have to show up. My presence is enough. And your presence is enough if I'm aware that I am the light of spirit. And the light is very light. You know, that's why angels fly, because they don't take themselves too heavily or seriously. That's how they can fly, rise up. And so light energy is very light, and it raises. It's a raising agent. And so I just have to show up, you just have to show up and be your light-filled self. That's all. You don't need a flag saying, follow me, I'm the light of the world. God help us all. They'd probably come and take us away. We'd be like that nice young man that drives around in the Jesus van. People look at them and they think he's an oddball and what a quirk and all the rest of it. I don't. I say, you go, Jesus, you go. Yeah. Shiny, bright, too. He sparkles. And so you and I can do that, too, in our own way. We can sparkle. We can shine. We can be the light. We can be the brightness, wherever we are, simply by keeping our energy high. Keeping our energy high. To keep our energy high, we must think high thoughts, feel high feelings, and act from our best selves. That's how we do it. There's no other way of doing it. So you and I do ourselves a great disservice when we go away being when we go around being less than we can be. And all of us, no matter who we are, can always be the more of the greatness and the best of ourselves than we're being at any given time. Because we're created that way. We're equal to it. We have that capacity. It is our choice to be able to do that. And again, when Jesus said, you are the light of the world, on the other side of that, he also said, now listen, kids, don't be running around there trying to find all the flaws in everybody else and correct them. He said, why would you be possibly interested in taking care of the speck in your brother's eye when you have a dirty, great, big, hulking log hanging out of your own? You know, so take care of the log in your own eye first, get that thing out. And then you can see a bit more clearly. And when you can see a bit more clearly and you raise the blinkers and the blinds away from your own eyes, you don't have to tell anybody anything. You just have to shine, shine, shine. That's all you have to do. And that kind of energy is so attractive. It feels so good. It's lovely to be in the presence of it. That's all. Some people, when they come in, in the old days, those of us who were raised in the traditional churches, were long benches, long benches, everybody sat in a long bench. Some people would get into the bench and you'd find yourself automatically just wanting to get away from the energy. Other people would get in and you'd find you're automatically sidling up to them. You see, energy is either repelling or attractive. And so we want to have the attractive energy of the light about us and around us, and we can do this. We're equal to this. And we do. And we do. I'm so very blessed to be in a community of people that are just, twinkling all over the place. And I love that. And I don't take it for granted, and I feel it's a privilege. And so it's wonderful to shine together. And of course, we help each other in a village. The villagers all help each other. When some of us get a little dim, somebody comes up and rubs the magic lamp and we all shine up again, and it's beautiful. That's what it means to live in a spiritual community. As I keep saying, when you're in a spiritual community, you don't have to celebrate alone and you don't have to mourn alone. And all the rest of it, we do it together, and we amplify for each other the good. We amplify the good in each other, not the opposite. We amplify and we look for the good in each other. We recognize the good in each other. And for the rest, we're very, very kind and very patient and very gentle as we bump into each other sometimes. That's what it is to be the light. That's what it is to be the light. So what stops us and blocks us from being all that we can be? What is that? Well, it's the same old rubbish. It's resentment and anxiety and fear and anger and all of that kind of stuff. Now, Siddhartha Gautama, who became the Buddha, said there are 3 great evils in the world. One is, he said, greed. Now, we may think of, the greedy barons and things like that as far as fitting that category, but all of us get greedy from time to time in some way or another, and we have to watch it. The next one he said is ill will. Ill will. Ill will. We can't be happy for each other. That's at the least level. And then at the other level of that, we want to punch the lights out of some people. And ill will is not where it is. And then the third one, he said, is delusion. Delusion. We go around deluded. And he said those things need to be looked at and with regard to ourselves. And if there's any evidence of such, then be willing to work with that and release it and let it go. This is the season for peace on earth and goodwill. Peace on earth and goodwill. So for that to happen, how do you think it's going to happen? Do you think that belongs to the people out there? They're responsible for that, and I'm not at all. I can keep my resentments because I jolly well have earned these resentments, and I have a very good reason to have these resentments, and if only you knew, you'd be resentful too. I mean, if you knew that person and had a person like that in your life, I'm telling you, absolutely say, you're right, you should dig in. But no, this is to you and to me to be the season of peace on earth and goodwill, because there's no other way it's going to happen on this plane, in this time. I have to be it, you have to be it, because we can, because we're made to be it. It is our reason for being. I'm the peace that passes understanding. I'm the goodwill ambassador on this plane. I'm the light of the world. Now am I a son. Now am I a daughter of God, we are told. Now. And we simply have to be what we are. And that's all we have to be. Just be yourself with a capital S. Be yourself with a capital S. And none of this, oh, well, like it or lump it, that's who I am. No, it's not who you are. Like it or lump it, I have to be myself. Not your small self. No, you don't, and neither do I. We do have to be our great self. Our great self. And in fact, Emerson says, insist upon yourself. And he's not talking about your egoic self. He's talking about your great self. Insist upon yourself. Insist upon yourself. Trust the power and the presence of the light and all that pertains to the light within you. Trust that to help each one of us to overcome whatever it is we feel we must overcome. And God knows we're very good at feeling what we need to overcome. We sing it, we shall overcome. Can't we sing I'm overcoming? Because shall is always shall. I'm overcoming. I'm overcoming. I'm overcoming by becoming the truth of what I truly, really am. Always was, am now, and always will be. I am the expression of life itself. I am the image. I am the likeness. I am the essence of the one and only power, which is life and light and love and peace and beauty and power and wisdom and knowledge and grace and understanding and all of that wonderful cohesive stuff that you can think about and imagine. That's what I am. That's what you are. You always were, are now, and will be. Regardless of what you've decided you are, that's the delusion. That's the delusion, the over-identification with the egoic human side of ourselves. And that can lead us a very merry chase, I can tell you. But sooner or later, we're going to be able to embrace that, take it into ourselves, integrate it in a beautiful way, and become at one with the human and the divine. And when we do, we're going to be consciously Christ. We will wake up one day. But in the meantime, for many of us, that hidden splendor, that magnificent hidden splendor lies in repose, fast asleep within us. And you and I are the only ones that can awaken it. Nothing out there can. No one out there can. I have to allow it to awaken itself within me. And when it does, then I do consciously become the light of the world. I consciously become Christed. You were born Christed, everyone was born Christed. But we have to catch the consciousness of it. That's her job on planet Earth. So the enlightened ones become conscious consciousness. You and I are consciousness, but a lot of the time unconscious consciousness. And so it's with you, it's given to you, you may be able to rise up and do this. Now, in this season too, my dear ones, as much as some of us are delighting in it and loving it and having our little parties and meeting up with our friends and buying our gifts and wrapping our gifts and doing all of that, for as many as there are of us that are doing that, there are heartbroken people in sorrow and in sadness. It's a two-way thing. The seasonal holiday time brings up the joy in us, and it also brings up the sorrow in us, depending upon where we are in any given time and what our circumstances and situations are. I would call us all to be aware that this is so. It's not a jolly holly holiday for everyone, remember. So let's be on the lookout for those who are indeed in sorrow, in sadness, and let us touch our lives as best we can in such a way that maybe brings a little light to them, lightens them up a little bit, brings a little warmth, brings a little cheer to them. Let's remember that, because what good is the light if it cannot shine on dark places? What good is the light if it cannot warm cold places? What good is the light if it doesn't do what light does? And you and I are the light, and we can do it. We can certainly do this. It's a beautiful time of the year, but we mustn't get swallowed up in shopping malls and so on and so forth, and doing all this frenetic shopping and not even knowing if the people we're shopping for will even like what we're getting. We're doing our best to do that, but everybody has got particular tastes and so on and so forth. So the best kind of a gift would be to take somebody out to a lunch or whatever, give them the gift of your present, your time, and a lovely lunch or whatever. But that's all up to you. The thing about it is, be more mindful this time of year. More mindful when people are, trying to struggle with packages and so on. Open a door or whatever. I know I'm speaking to the choir here, but these are the things that make the difference. Be present to instead of pushing and shoving, and you get a lot of pushing and shoving, especially if there's a sale on. Oh my gosh. Mirror, mirror in the mall, who's the great shopper of us all? So what we want to do, as the world goes out, you and I are invited to go in, go in, go in. And remember, when we sing our songs, we're not singing to the divine. We're singing from the divine. From the divine. As the divine would sing is how we're singing. And singing is a metaphor for any wonderful good thing that emits from us, you see. And we're not singing to, we're singing from. from the light within us. We're coming from the light within us. We're not singing into it. We're singing from it. And keep that in mind, that when we pray, we're praying from the power, from the presence, from the source, from amazing grace. Because we're not doing it at all. It's doing it through us. It's knowing the truth for ourselves and for another through us. And that's what gives our prayer power. So this week, as we go about the business, we will be praying from that power and from that grace as we bless all those who have lost everything materially in fires, those who have lost their lives in fires this weekend, and those who mourn their going this weekend. And as the celebration for the 75th anniversary of Pearl Harbor happens, let us sing our song of peace and know that peace in the world is what is happening now. Doesn't matter what we're seeing, what we're hearing. We're not going with what we're seeing. We're not going with what we're hearing. We're going with what we want, what we feel, and what we know is the truth that needs to be. Peace on earth, goodwill to all, and we're not having any other than that. It doesn't matter what people say, what we're hearing, what we're seeing. We know there's something greater than any condition, any circumstance, any appearance out there, and we'll stay aligned with the oneness that says one power, one presence, one mind, one heart, one body, and one soul. So our prayer will be peace in my mind, peace in my body, peace in my heart, peace in my soul, so that I can go out there and be the light in the world that enlivens and enlightens and embraces all as the one thing there is. Life in diversity, in myriads of ways, spirit showing up in many forms, knowing itself by means of each one of these forms, and awaiting our recognition of that one life in all, through all, as all, but most especially the recognition of that light within myself. So say, I am the light of the world.
I am the light of the world.
Again.
I am the light of the world.
Again.
I am the light of the world.
And I am it now.
And I am it now.
And so it is. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Recognizing the light in each and every one of you, my dears. Okay.